Have you ever noticed how some people seem to struggle endlessly, pushing a heavy rock up a hill every single day, while others seem to achieve extraordinary results almost effortlessly? To understand their secret, we first have to do something difficult. We have to empty our glass. If your mind is already full of preconceived notions about how the world works, there is simply no room to pour in anything new. Think of success as a soaring, deeply rooted tree. The seed for that tree is your unique talent, your personal desire. We all carry a seed inside us, but it doesn't matter how incredible your seed is if you plant it in dry, cracked dirt. In our minds, that barren soil represents our deeply held false beliefs. If you plant a dream in toxic ground, it will wither, but if you plant it in rich, dark earth, it naturally thrives. Before you can focus on your goals or your talents, you have to look at the ground you're planting them in. You must identify and uproot the toxic beliefs that are turning your mind into a barren wasteland. The first toxic belief is one most of us heard growing up, the idea that money doesn't grow on trees. We are taught that wealth is scarce and must be painfully extracted, dollar by dollar. To break this myth, imagine a village needing water. Most people walk miles daily, carrying heavy buckets. That's manual labor. But a few spend time building a pipeline. It takes effort up front, but soon water flows straight into the village on its own. A well-built system or business operates exactly like that pipeline. It provides value continuously, even when you aren't actively carrying the buckets. That system actually is the money tree. The second toxic belief we hold is that success requires grueling, painful hard work. We celebrate the idea of suffering for a paycheck. Think about being at a wedding. You might dance for 3 hours straight. You're sweating, muscles aching, totally exhausted, but it feels like play. On the other hand, sitting at a desk for 8 hours doing a job you hate becomes an uphill battle that drains your energy and eventually stalls your progress. The third toxic belief is the assumption that significant changes or achievements are inherently too difficult or downright impossible. We look at a huge goal and freeze. To break this mental paralysis, you need a mental plow to turn the soil. It's a simple phrase you can repeat when panic sets in. Asan hai. In Hindi, it means it is easy. By telling your brain that the task is easy, you bypass the fear and allow yourself to start. When you stop believing in scarcity, stop accepting painful toil as a rule, and stop telling yourself things are impossible, your mind changes. You have cleared out the rocks and weeds. Your mind is now fertile land, ready for planting. Step 2 is finding the right seed to plant. That seed is your truest, most authentic internal desire. Finding it is actually very straightforward. Pay attention to the activities where you completely lose track of time. It is the work you genuinely enjoy doing, regardless of whether society tells you it is profitable or prestigious. Step 3 is taking action. Having the perfect seed is useless if you just keep it hidden safely in your pocket. To grow, it has to go into the ground. The moment you try to plant it, you will likely experience the paralysis of analysis. It feels like standing on a bungee jumping platform. If you look down at the sheer drop, your mind races with all the ways you could fall, and your body completely freezes. The only way to beat that vertigo is to stop looking down at the potential consequences. Stop imagining the worst-case scenario. Just look straight ahead and take a small, immediate step forward. Discovering what you love to do is an important realization, but it means absolutely nothing without the blind courage to take that first, terrifying leap of action. Step 4 introduces the final element. A planted seed in good soil still needs water. In the ecosystem of success, that water is the act of sharing. Look at how nature operates. A lion only hunts for exactly what it needs to survive today. Humans are the only creatures who hoard mountains of resources out of fear and greed, locking away far more than they could ever consume. Hoarding goes against the practical reality of building something that reaches many people. If you want to build a skyscraper, you need the help of hundreds of skilled people, and those people will only invest their energy into your vision if you generously share the rewards of that labor with them. You cannot achieve success that grows beyond your own 2 hands in isolation. Hoarding resources kills your growth. while freely sharing creates a team of allies who are invested in seeing you win. We can see exactly how these 4 steps align by looking at the early career of entrepreneur Sandeep Maheshwari. As a young man, he poured months of intense effort into organizing an ambitious New Year's party, only to have his business partner run off with all the funds just days before the event. It was a devastating blow. But instead of letting his mind become bitter and barren, he applied step 1. He chose to believe that this failure was happening for a good reason, keeping his mental soil fertile. With his event business gone, he pivoted to his true desire. Step 2. He picked up a camera and started shooting photography, even though he had no elite training, relying entirely on his passion for the craft. Then came his bold leap of action for step 3. He decided to attempt a Limca Book of Records feat. His goal was to shoot 10,000 photos of over 100 different models in a grueling 12-hour window. Here's why that matters. The sheer logistics of managing 100 models, the constant flow of people, and endless schedules would overwhelm any normal photographer. He was only able to coordinate that project because of the harsh lessons he had learned during his failed New Year's party. He hit his target of 10,000 unique shots with time to spare, officially entering the record books and launching his name into the national spotlight. Success isn't about endless, miserable suffering. It is about clearing your mind of toxic myths, finding the work that brings you joy, taking the leap even when you're terrified, and trusting that even your setbacks are teaching you what you need for the road ahead. Because in the end, it really is easy.